Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Talk Extra from the lovely confines of my abode on a lovely summer's afternoon. And we are here, we are live, we are talking about a summer check-in. Yes, indeed. How are you guys doing? And yes, we are live, we are on time here. Hello, Trini Gal, how are you? And I'll just start off by talking about myself. Hello, Sam. How are you? How's everybody? How's everybody doing here? And let's see. Goldrenarm. How are you? But I'll just tell you about my summer thus far. I mean, I hope you're enjoying your summer. I totally am enjoying mine. I was just out again yesterday at another party out in Pickering last night. It was quite good. It was a nice little reunion of in the East End. I haven't really partied in the East End of Toronto. If you guys are joining me on Talkdtalklive, I haven't really partied out there this summer, and I decided to take it upon myself to do it outside of being a part of Toronto Revelers. I'm a part of Toronto Revelers anyway, so and yes, I enjoyed my time out there in the East End. Yeah, I hope there be more parties out there because I think it's a nice little place to do it as long as things are okay. But in terms of the summer, I mean, listen, Toronto, and I hope in your city is back. I'm glad that everything is popping off. I mean, my favorite part of the summer myself. Oh, okay. Yes, Goldrenarm said he'll be back. So okay, so you'll be back. Thank you, sir. My favorite part of the summer was rehab this summer. I think rehab was had an amazing time out there. The Bandit puts on an amazing show, an amazing day, and I do enjoy. It was about 10,000 people that day. If you were there at rehab, I tell you what, man, it was incredible. It was absolutely stunning. What they do on the last day of the Toronto Caribbean Carnival weekend, Caravana weekend. It is a fantastic occasion, yes indeed. Thank you for the loves. And it was. Listen, man. If you weren't there, I don't know what to say. Man. It is the party of the summer by far to me. By far, the party of the summer. And shout out to the Bandit. The Bandit is, you know what, and this brings me to my first, declaration, as they say. My first, I wouldn't say prediction, but declaration. But that the Bandit is what is slowly but surely the one to watch in terms of promotions, in terms of prior promotions, because remember, the Bandit is in charge of redemption. Okay, he's in charge of Sunset, and he's in charge of rehab. Think about that. Those are three big names in terms of in terms of the promotion game in this city. And shout out to him. And you know what? He's done it, slowly but surely. And you know what? I have yet to see the Bandit mess up these days, and he goes under the radar. He goes he's very very aloof. He just puts his stuff out there in a very seamless manner, and you know what, it goes off. And then he's got the Regention at MFG coming up on, I think, next week. It's coming up next week. I mean, listen, man, the guy is smashing the game. Shout out to the Bandit. And I've known the Bandit for years, and the thing about it is, it's like, people would think, oh, who's the biggest this, who's this, is that, it's, it's Wayne Warner, no, it's Ian, no, it's, it's this next guy who I will announce soon. But no, the Bandit is the one to watch. The Bandit has always been the one to watch, but yet everybody thinks, oh, the Bandit is a great DJ. No, he's a great promoter. He's a very, very good promoter. But how's your summer been? I mean, in terms of myself, I have, because they call me, they call me everywhere, because, I literally am everywhere, literally, anyways, when I can be. But again, just in terms of the state of this city, which is, a bit of a negative. The only way you're going to get any good time is on a boat ride. It's either boat rides or out in the GTA, and usually those are hit or miss. But usually the boat rides are pretty good if you're on the right boat, which is sad because we don't have our own venue, our own complex, our own place to call our own outside of the boats, because a lot of these boats that you see, the River Gambler and Enterprise 2000 and all these other boats, they are black owned. You didn't know that? It's true. They are black owned, and they can throw parties however and whenever they like, and in a setting that puts us in the city. But we literally have to be pushed out to the sea in order to have a good time, which is sad to me, which is quite sad. You have to be pushed out to the outskirts, quite simply, especially if you're out east or out west. That's the only place to have a good time, which is, beyond me, which is beyond, my comprehension. But in terms of that, but it's still, we've had our festivals. We did have our festivals, Afro Fest, if you were there. If you were at OVO Fest, that's the one thing I don't understand. I don't know. Let me see. Summer 2000 has been the best yet. So much still to do. Thank you, Trini Gal. It is the best yet. I totally agree with you. It is the best yet. It's so good to be out and about. But because listen, for us people, our culture, let's face fact, I'll say that, we know how to have a good time wherever, whenever. And yeah, in terms of outings and things to do, it's been every weekend. It's like solid slam, like at least 6 or 7 things to do. And again, you had the festivals. You have the OVO Fest. You had Afro Fest. Afro Fest was pretty nice. That was pretty cool. You had last week Jerk Fest. If you were there last week at Jerk Fest, it was amazing. I couldn't put a thing wrong. And you had the Reggae Festival out at Downsview Park. A lot of people were upset at that Reggae Fest. A lot, you got the VIP section bum rushed. You had, sound problems. You had, just issues with it. There are issues with the with that, and you know what? It was. Although all the performers did show up, Popcorn I believe was there. Shensia was there. People, for the most part had a good time, but didn't have a good time because it was disorganized. My man Goldrenarm was putting me onto that. He was saying, it's. There was some sort of disorganization with it, and I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, but promoters, you got to get your stuff organized. You gotta make sure your things are doing well. But again, things happen. I understand, but people are expecting top content. So, but again, shout out to the people who organized Reggae Fest. I think it went pretty well. There was the Culture Fest, I believe, out in the in the East, where Burna Boy was in town. Not a lot of people know that. Burna Boy was in town for his concert, I believe, and I would have loved to have done that. That's the one regret that I did have was Burna Boy was in town, and not a lot of people know that. And I know he gives a great show. I know he does a great concert. Shout out to my Afrobeat people. And I would have loved to have gone to that concert. That's the one regret I did have, is not going to that show, that concert. It was that would have been fun. That would have been fun. Today we're only on IG. We are not on YouTube today, unfortunately. Technical malfunctions have proven us unable to have that facility. But we'll be back there next week. We will return next week with that. But again, we are here only on IG today. Only on IG. But getting back to it, Culture Fest, I heard was okay. It did all right. Out of Markham Fairgrounds. Markham Fairgrounds, man, they're starting to hold a lot of our festivals, a lot of our dues, and shout out to them. It is a drive, though. It is a bop to get out to Markham and do your thing. But yeah, it was. I heard good things about then. OVO Fest. Again, OVO Fest. If you're down with OVO Fest is if you're down with OVO Fest, if you're up to paying 500 plus per ticket in order to see, people that you wouldn't regularly see, hey, you know what? Shout out to you. I totally agree with that. And, but again, as for me, I'm, not exactly my cup of tea. I mean, I think Rehab did well enough for me. Well enough for me. And I enjoyed that. But yeah, I mean, the summer's been really good. Listen, guys, the weather has been, let's face facts, fantastic for the most part. Rarely do you get rained on. Actually, the only time I did get rained on was at Rehab. And I got a cold. Haha. And that disallowed me from doing Talk Live. And put me off work for about a day. And then I returned, but unfortunately, that's it. But the weather's been fantastic, as is today. Look at today. Today's outstanding. Look at this thing. Look. I'll show you. I mean, it's outstanding. Look at this place. It's beautiful. It's beautiful out there. It's beautiful. You cannot fault the day. You cannot fault the weekend. If you haven't been out there, I don't know what to say. But let me hear from you guys. What have you been up to? I'd like to hear what you've been doing this year. What's your best party of this summer? I would say for me, it's Rehab, without question, without fail. Rehab was the number one party for me, and shout out to the Bandit for that. But again, there have been other parties, and that will bring me to the man with the keys to the city right now. The promoter, I feel, is running things at the moment, and that is my man Junior Jones. Junior Jones is killing it. He's killing the game. He's doing his thing outside the bed. It's Junior Jones all day long, because he has regular his regular functions are drawing at least 3,000 to 4,000 every single time, and shout out to him. And the last party he had, which was on Canada Day weekend, it was slammed. It was ram-packed. Again, more bum rushing of the door. The thing about it is, guys, I mean, I don't... that's the one thing that, that still takes me aback, is the fact that, you have a lot of people, bum rushing doors and being and playing the fool. And you know what? Listen, guys, if you're an upstanding citizen, if you're a person of means, there's no need. There's no need to bum rush doors. There's no need to. Sorry, I had to bring my water out. There's no need for you to get involved with that with such nonsense. When I was at out in Pickering last night partying, it was a nice chill affair. Everybody enjoyed themselves, and you got, if you're an adult, I think it's really if you're an adult, come on, guys, there's no need. There's simply no need for you to bum rush doors and do this sort of thing. It's unnecessary. But in terms of Junior Jones, his Canada Day party, he had about $3-4 grand out there. It was crazy. It was insane. It was down by lost my place there for a second. What's the topic? Indeed, Shirley. We're just doing a summer check-in. Sincerely, Shawnee. We're just doing a summer check-in. No annual. To those in the know, good question. To those in the know, I usually have a backyard barbecue. I do. For my friends and people who I know, and that's happened every year. And we attract a good crowd. I won't say the numbers, but it's a pretty good crowd. But this year, sincerely, Shawnee, thank you very much for your message. No barbecue this year. No barbecue this year. Sincerely, Shawnee. The family will be returning to that next year. We'll be back next year. And exactly. And again, to those who are invited, we'll be invited, of course. And we will welcome all who will attend. So yes. So nothing this year. I can't believe it. I mean, it's become that, well, a good of size that I have to announce it. So no annual barbecue this season. and we'll be back in 2023. We'll be back in 2023. That's usually, to those who do not know, that's usually my give back, my, or the family's give back to the community. We enjoy doing that and putting that on, and people, seem to like it. They seem to love it. It's been like 5 years. It hasn't been, sincerely, Shawnee, it hasn't been like 5 years. It's only been pandemic. The last time we had it was 2019. 2020, pandemic. 2021, pandemic. 2022, we decided to just take this, because in this neck of the woods, people get a little paranoid and say, "Oh, what are you guys doing congregating like that? Oh, call the cops and do this and this that." And, we don't need the muss and the fuss. So we just want to give it one more year to breathe. So it's only been 3 years. Well, next year we'll be back as of next year, but it's only been 3 years we haven't had it. So it's only joking 3 years exactly. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Shirley Shawnee. It's only been 3 years. It's only been 3, but we'll be back. We'll be back. The place is still around. I mean, the place is still available and around, and we're gonna set about enjoying ourselves soon. And the place is still in good enough condition. And we'll be back as of 2023. But let me know about your summer. Let me hear from you and how your summer's been. I mean, listen, for the most part, my summer's been pretty good. Pretty good. Have you? Let me say this. Have you headed away? Has anybody headed away this summer and enjoyed themselves? Let me know where you've been. Let me know what you've been up to. I've relatively stayed in town myself for reasons that need not be announced. Anyways, I don't want to be tracked or anything as such. But again, I've basically stayed in town, and I've had a terrific summer. I've had a really, really good summer. My summer's been quiet. Oh, since Johnny has been quiet. I mean, I've seen you out and about. So let me know let me know what you've been doing, what you've been up to. Have anybody been on a few boat rides? I've been on a few boat rides myself. I've heard a few good things about the boat rides out here. Again, the boat rides are the one area that we can have a good time and be free and be ourselves and unencumbered, because the boat rides are indeed the only places where we can party, which is sad. Especially if you're downtown. There's not really any venues or clubs outside of Caribana that are open to us. There aren't. Outside of my place at the C&E grounds there. Culture, somebody tell me. Wine Fest. Oh, you've been to Wine Fest. No boat rides, only Wine Fest. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, get out there and get onto a wine tour. Get out to a wine fest. That would have been nice. That would have been very nice, actually. I do like a I do like those sort of wine tours, those wine those tasting events. Be it whiskey, be it wine, be it any sort of food truck. Has anybody been to a food fair? Last week was Jerkfest. I thought Jerkfest was really well done. That's the one festival I could say it had a really nice family atmosphere. I enjoyed Jerkfest really last week. No airs, no graces, no pressures. It was just a nice chill atmosphere. I mean, I went on the Sunday. Saturday I heard was a bit more hectic, but at least there it's like, it's a nice area in Centennial Park. If anybody's not been to Jerkfest, I implore you to go. I mean, the lineup was, you had Allison Hines, you had Maxi Priest, I believe you had Conscience on that bill, and it was cool. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed myself immensely at Jerkfest. Dinner outs, okay. Yes, Troy, I saw you. Troy, I saw you at Jerkfest. I saw you at Jerkfest. It was a nice, chill, cool environment. I enjoyed myself at Jerkfest. That was really nice. It was a nice family day. You could bring your kids. I mean, that's one thing I'll say. There's not a lot of events where you can bring your kids, you can bring your family, and have a reunion. We used to have that, We used to have it when we went to, when there was during Caravana weekend in Toronto Island. I wish they bring that back. I think that was a really cool place to to meet up and to enjoy one's long weekend. But they went away from that, which I don't understand. I wish they can bring that back. The whole Toronto Island Saturday, Sunday. People were complaining about Jerkfest, but I didn't see any. Yeah, what's to complain about? Absolutely. They did not run out of food. There you go. They didn't run out of food. They didn't run out of drink. Nothing. It was well organized. It was absolutely. I didn't see where they put a foot wrong. Really, they didn't get their food fast enough? They didn't get their drinks fast enough? I don't understand. I really don't understand what the problem was with Jerkfest last week. In terms of the festivals that were in town, I think that's one of them. I mean, I didn't attend the Jazz Fest. I didn't attend the Jazz Festival down by Beach because that's usually ram-packed. And, it's not my cup of tea so much, but I'd like to get back out there and enjoy myself. I'm just gonna have a bit of water myself because it is a hotter day. And I got my mouth burned with some takeaway yesterday, but yeah, it was a really cool and fantastic atmosphere at Jerkfest. I couldn't complain. You know what I mean? I think Toronto needs to stop capping people. Don't agree with it. It's not as exactly. Oh, caging off people. Yeah, you know what? Especially Caravana weekend. I mean, they have this whole cage policy and such. But we disregard it. As you know, we disregard the whole the caging thing. Usually those fences are put down or put away and people just jump in anyway. But again, I love Caravana weekend in the sense of, because that's usually the apex. Caravana weekend is usually the top of the top of the party summer of the party year, pretty much, because things go a little dark and dormant from for most of the season. Then when summer just ramps up the Caravana, and then it's a slow descent after that. But last week was wow. It's like you had the Culture Fest, as I said. You had Culture Fest. You had what else? You had the Reggae Fest. You had Jerk Fest. You had OVO. It was nuts. Last week was nuts. So much things to do last weekend, and again, I that we need to see more of. I love to see more of that. I love to see more culture festivals and such. I mean, next week is Redemption. Shout out to, again, the Bandit. And you know what? And it's pretty cool. And shout out to a few promoters. Shout out to Wayne Chung. Wayne Chung puts on a good event on Sundays that not a lot of people know about, but it should be known about. He does his thing at it's not only Caravana, exactly. Yeah, I went to Afrofest. It was okay too. Exactly. Troy, thank you very much for that. I thought Afrofest was cool. They did call it Kingston Festival, and Jerkfest calling it VIP. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was they called it Kingston Festival. Thank you very much for that correction, Shawnee. It was, yeah, I mean, listen, I heard the performers were there, the acts performed, sound was a bit off. Again, ticketing was a bit off. There was a fencing issue there, and not a lot of people were appreciative of that, so they rid of themselves of the fences. Listen, it's, us and fences. I don't know what it is. We see nothing like it. Nobody really seems to like it. But again, it's there to, create some sort of crowd control. But I don't know. It seems to get people angrier for some reason. But anyways, and they just disregarded the whole policy to begin with. So, but to those who went to Kingston Festival, let me know how it went. I heard it wasn't that great, but again, I'm trying to think of the yes, indeed, I'm talking about the fencing issue, calling it VIP. Yes, indeed, fencing issue, calling it. Thank you, Shawnee. Yeah, I know, fencing, calling it VIP. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, you don't want to fence around, calling it VIP. Although, okay. Oh, it's a good thing that I brought up on that subject. Something that didn't involve fencing or anything. I want to talk about the all-inclusives. All inclusives. Let me say this: we need more of them. I mean, reasonably priced ones, but we need more of them. I think the all food, all drink parties are, I think, some of the best in the city. I went to Quench. So put a shout out to my man Jamal McGlure, Toronto Revelers, and the Jamal McGlure Foundation. They put on Quench this year, and that was fantastic. Let me say that. If you get a chance to go to an all-inclusive, please do. I mean, it can be a bit pricey. You know, I mean, if you're willing to pay between $100 and $200, do it. If you're willing to get on a boat ride, because that's pretty much an all-inclusive in and of itself, outside of the beer and such. I mean, you get certain boat rides that are all like food inclusive, not drink inclusive. You never usually get a drink inclusive boat ride. But if you can get on a all-inclusive, which is, for those who are watching from out of town, those are, that's how us Caribbeans usually celebrate, celebrate the summer, celebrate good times. It's just, having premium liquors and premium food there, and just getting together, paying a certain amount, and all being on the house, with admission, of course. And I love me an all-inclusive. I really do. I really, really do. So if you get a chance, I mean, there are a few inclusives that are still to come. I mean, I know of Crave. Crave was a bit pricey though. That I don't know, man. They're charging two bills, $200 for those who don't know. Two bills, $200 for it, and I wasn't down for that myself, because two bills for an all inclusive. We're not there yet. Let's say that. Inflation ain't that high. Inflation just ain't that high. Next year, I'm making an itinerary of all the events in the city. Yes, do that. I always have an itinerary. That's a very good point. I always have an itinerary. I always have a set list of things to do during the summer months. I do, especially during Caravana weekend. There's so much to do. I mean, and the fact of the matter is, if you can get together yourself, your all-inclusives, your day parties. Another subject I have to get into. Day parties are it. Day parties are usually the best parties these days. Those are the only, I feel satisfied going to a day party now than a night one. Unless you have a night one that you have a good group of friends, you have good parties. I mean, I still do my nights. But I think day parties are it, especially in the summertime. Day parties are everything. Those are usually the better ones to have, to be fair. And I do like me a day party. I do like me a nice all-inclusive day party event. Wow, oh, that was cool. Like last week's rehab, best party of the season, of the summer season. I say party of the year. The party of the year right now. Rehab, without question. If you're in the GTA, if you're in the Greater Toronto area, that is, Rehab is it. It's the ending of Caravana Toronto Caribbean Carnival weekend. People are know it, love it. It's the VIPs are everywhere. It's a pool area. It's great music. And it's usually, you get some Americans there, very little, but it's usually local, and, everybody has a good time. I have not known of one person who went to rehab and say, oh, it's crap. No. I haven't seen that yet. Haven't seen that yet at all. And I rather enjoy it. So, again, today on Talk Live on IG, we're just talking about summer check-in. We just want to see what you've been up to, what you've been doing, and how things are going this year for you. Because the weather's been great, we are back out here for the most part. What I'm looking forward to is TIFF, Toronto International Film Festival. That I rather enjoy. Toronto International Film Festival that's coming up in September. That's usually the end of summer sort of thing to do. Is go seeing Oscar nominated movies. It is, I'd rather enjoy doing that. I rather enjoy, and not only that, the TIFF parties are cool. Me and my buddies usually go down and enjoy some of these TIFF parties, and hobnob and be a part of this Hollywood lifestyle, and it's really really cool to see you do that. But yeah, I mean, but listen, I hope you've had a good summer. I hope you've been out there and enjoying yourself. I have, and I continue to do so. Although it is hot out here, it is hot. I'm glad I'm in the shade because it is hot out here. If you have not been outside yet, I would rather you stay indoors. If you have air conditioning, if you don't, get outside. It is a hot summer day here in Toronto, and yeah, it's gorgeous out here. I hope it's gorgeous in your neck of the woods, in your world. Not a lot of rain so far this year, although there have been areas where there have been a lot of rain, especially in the U.S. Shout out to my U.S. peeps. But yeah, I'm rather enjoying the summer, and all the long weekends that we've had, and all the long weekends that we provided, and it's really really been a cool summer. I enjoy being out there and seeing people I haven't seen in years, especially with COVID and everything, and everybody been locked up. Listen, the last 2 years have been really depressing. Well, I wouldn't say depressing. We've all been indoors, and we've all been minding ourselves and staying safe and doing what we have to do in order to get through. But I'm glad that that the summer's back open and people are out and about and doing what they want to do, either up north or down south. Let me know if you've been to cottage country. Let me know if you've had like a cottage day away, because I rather enjoy that myself. I rather enjoy heading out to Wasaga Beach or going to cottage country and chilling out for a weekend. Not Carabana weekend, of course, but I rather enjoy doing that and just having a weekend away. Those are pretty cool. Those are pretty cool indeed. I mean, today I have to be at this Touch of Green thing. That's another thing I got to go to this year. It's like, it's just so much to do. There's so much to do, so much to be around, so much. The city, and I hope your city has a lot of things to do, a lot of festivals, a lot of places to be, and especially in this city, we are blessed to have a lot of things going on every weekend, either limes or drink ups or one thing I have to say, you have a lot of these cooler fetes and backyard parties that are going on. I went to one last week, and a few weeks ago during Caramel Weekend. That was pretty good. It was pretty good. It had my fill. Again, day parties are the thing to do. If you have a day party, go there, do that. I think it's really cool in order to get out and see things and do things. But hey, I rather enjoy it. I rather enjoy being out and about and seeing the city and enjoying the heat. A lot of people complain about the heat. I don't know why. Because we're getting Florida weather for three times a year, and then all of a sudden it's just like, and then we're in darkness and in the cold really for the next 6 to 8 months. So I don't get it. I really don't get it, guys. While you have the day and the time, please get out there and enjoy yourselves, because it's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful occasion. Let's move this back here. Ha ha ha. There we go. That's better. That is better. Again, shout out to my boys Arsenal. Great day yesterday and great week for the most part. So, but yeah, but again, I feel sorry for those who haven't been able to have a great weekend and enjoy themselves, and who have been shut in. And I do hope that you can take it upon yourselves to have a great summer and enjoy yourselves and be one with nature and the city. And the thing about it is, it's even if you're going to a backyard barbecue, nothing beats that. Nothing beats it. if you had a chance to go to a backyard barbecue or just go to a birthday party and such, I mean, nothing beats it, guys. Get out, enjoy yourselves, stress free, and enjoy what this city, this country, your state, your city, your principality has to offer. Because that's what the summer is all about, especially in these neck of the woods. As for future events, again, as I was saying, you have Redemption coming up. You have, what else? You have Labor Day weekend parties. I know SFS, Get On Up, Starting From Scratch, Get On Up crew has something going on there, which I rather enjoy. I think the shout out to Starting From Scratch and his Get On Up stuff, which is really cool, especially for an older crowd. For the young crowd, you have a few concerts coming up. I believe, yes. What's it now? Kendrick Lamar was here this weekend. Wow. You had Kendrick Lamar here this weekend. You have a few other concerts coming up. I just failed to realize what that is. And you have a few other things that are going on at this point in time. What else? Labor Day is always, again, if you're heading down to New York and taking in their carnival, especially that's usually a good time. I've been there a couple times. It's usually a good time if you know where to go. Hey, I mean, it ain't Toronto Caribbean Carnival, let me say that, but still a good time. Still a good time. I do enjoy getting down to New York and enjoying the sights and sounds of their carnival, which is on Labor Day weekend. I think it's which is on Labor Day weekend. Yes, but again, I am gonna go. No, I see a few other things here. Wait a second. Let me not go yet. There are a few other things that are on the itinerary for myself. I don't know what's on your itinerary. Do let me know on Talk Talk Live. A few other things. I have, like today, I have this Touch of Green thing going out, and see, like, I have this sort of inclusive. I think it's an inclusive event. If you have a chance to go to all-inclusive events, please do. I encourage it. It's probably the best times you could have in this city. To those who are risk averse, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I think it's more bang for your buck to go in all-inclusive than to go to any other party. In my estimation, it is. I think it's much better to go to an all-inclusive than anything else. But just take time to enjoy yourself. Take time to enjoy the city. Take time to, be at peace with things. I know if you don't like being out and about, I can understand that, but just get outside. Do something. Either it be a bit of golfing, or a bit of, I've been at the gym myself, or just a bit of a walk outside. That could be an outing in and of itself. Just hanging about and seeing what's available in the outdoors, in the great outdoors. Even if you have to go out of town or get on a road trip or go somewhere. I mean, listen. Shout out to my people who go on their road trips, who have visited certain places. Let me know where you've been. Let me know what you've been. Let's see. All-inclusive parties are definitely the go. Exactly. Trini Gal, thank you very much. They are the things to do. They are the things to go. Let me know what Trini Gal. Let me know what you've been. What all-inclusive you've been to. I myself, again, have been to Quench. I've been to Escape. Usually the Jamal McGlure events are cool. But I haven't been to Crave, but I've been to Crave before. And those are usually cool. Those are usually, great events to go to. Yes, indeed. Dimples have joined. Okay. And yes, Troy said C. I don't know what that means. The C thing. But anyways, yeah. Oh yes. Did you? Yeah. All right. Did you do the video for that lady that kicked off Swoop Airlines? Okay. Boycotting Swoop. Oh wow. That lady that guy kicked off Swoop Airlines. Oh, what happened at Swoop Airlines? Good question. What happened on Swoop? do let me know, Troy. I would love to know about that. That's a bit strange. Is it? Hopefully, it wasn't for any sort of prejudicial or racial overtones. I did Escape, Crave, Quench, Sunset. Yes, yes, yes. Trinity Gal. I did Escape. Escape was excellent. I do love a bit of Escape. Crave. I didn't do it this year. I have done it in the past. That is pretty good. That is pretty good. I think Crave got a little pricey for myself, and I said to myself, okay, don't want to spend 2 bills on a all inclusive. Not really. So I decided to go away from that. Quench. Always have a good time at Quench. Always have a good time. I had a good time. I think we saw each other there. Always have a good time at Quench. And then Sunset. Sunset is pretty cool. That's why I said the Bandit. Let me tell you about the Bandit, man. Y'all sleeping on the Bandit. Y'all been sleeping on him. This guy does Redemption. This guy does Sunset. This guy does Rehab. 3 of the bigger party occasions in this city, and he puts on a great show. He puts on a great show, and shout out to the Bandit for that. Again, shout out to a few promoters there. Wayne Chung. Again, I think the guy with the keys to the city right now, Junior Jones. If you were at his Canada Day party, you missed it. You missed one on that one, because that was quite simply one of the best parties of the year, to be fair. And whenever Junior Jones puts on a party, it's an event, and I enjoy it. I thought I was the same with Crave, but it was worth it. The Bandit is so underrated. Thank you. He is underrated. People don't know about the Bandit. People don't know. The Bandit is. He's doing Redemption at Markham Fairgrounds next week. Shout out your favorite promoter. Let me know who your favorite promoter is. Who you like to attend, or who's your favorite DJ. The one you like to go and attend to. I do love me a bit of. I'm easy when it comes to. Oh right, I hear some music in the background. But yes, I do enjoy a bit of. Quench. No, sorry. I had lost my train of thought there. I do enjoy a bit of everything. As long as the music sounds good. I don't care who the DJ is. As long as he plays good music. I don't really hate any DJs myself. Not really. I think it's about the company and the promoter and the party that you put on. And if it's properly prepared, and people have asked me, what do you decide your party's on? I said, it's about the sort of the venue it's at, who's putting it on, the promoter who's putting it on, and and you weigh the pros and cons, and then you decide. But one thing that I've decided. Yes, Jay Martin, Bruck Pocket Party. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Jay Martin. Jay Martin is another promoter that a lot of people sleep on, but his parties are pretty darn good. Let me say that. Shout out to Jay Martin. I've known Jay for years. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. Jester, Kid Cut. Indeed, you're right. Those are your favorite DJs. I do like Jester. I do like Kid Cut. I do like the Bandit. It's like there's so many. Yeah, there's so many great DJs. My cousin DJ Chief, love him as well. Shout out to my cousin DJ Chief. And yeah, there's Specs, Black Reaction. A lot of the reggae DJs I enjoy myself. A lot of the soca DJ, the Enforcers. I enjoy them as well. But yeah, getting back to your comment there, Troy. Jay Martin. He puts on a great party, and it's just down the road from where I'm at. So on the airport and the airport strip, so it's easy to get to as well. So it's a local. But a lot of the parties are happening in the East these days. That's one thing. If you're going to a party, you're going east. And you know what? They put on a few Great venues. I went to one last night in Pickering, as I was saying, and that was good. That was really cool. At this billiard place, there are so many great Toronto DJs. Yes, you're absolutely right, Trini Gal. There are so many great Toronto DJs. A lot of them go unsung. A lot of them go unnoticed. But you know what? There aren't many that disappoint, especially that play our type music. You know the soca, the dance hall, the R&B hip hop sort of deal. Even a little cool jazz. One thing I miss heading down to Cube on Sundays. It brings a tear to my eye. I mean, the original Cube, the pre-pandemic Cube. The Cube still goes on. Let me say that. Shout out to my men Carlos and Pedro, and the Hot Stepper crew. It still goes on, but not how you think. Not pre-pandemic Cube. Pre-pandemic Cube was pretty much one of the hot spots to hit on a summer afternoon, evening, day party. It was a fantastic way to end the week. Yeah, fantastic way to end the week. But nowadays, I just wanted to bring back the music and the sound and the vibe. And that brought a whole lot of people out. That used to be one of my places to go. Before you had to wait in line for hours in order to try and get in that place, unless you knew the bouncer and the promoter and that. But sorry, a bit of water for myself. But it was it's the way it's going now. What can I say? It's a bit hit or miss. It's a bit hit or miss right now, and I don't like the vibe and I mean the venue has been renovated, but it's been closed a bit, and it looks like it's a very chill vibe, and I mean chill, as in a bit it's not so great. I mean Yes, Grand Bazaar. That's the thing. Cube was the bomb. Exactly. Thanks. Thank you, Goldrenarm. Cube was the bomb. Cube was the place to be. Not so long ago. I truly enjoyed my time at Cube, especially during the noughties. Oh man, it was the summertime place to be, and it's a shame that it's under new ownership now, and they want a certain vibe there. And I was saying to myself, I walked in there once and I said, you got to change the music. You got to change the vibe because, it's Grand Bazaar was what I was thinking of. Grand Bazaar. Shout out to my man, Wayne Chung, who puts on a nice area at Grand Bazaar. Actually, that's one of the few areas we can party downtown is at Grand Bazaar. I hope there was more. But all we have right now on a regular basis is Grand Bazaar, and it's a shame, and it's an absolute shame. It's you get certain days at certain events at certain restaurants, but there's Lavelle as well. Let me say that there's Lavelle, and there's a few other areas downtown that but it's hit or miss. It's one day affairs. It's not a regular occurrence, and it can be, you can be left wanting for downtown affairs. But when before, for a previous generation, it used to be that's where all the clubs were. That's where all the parties were, and that's a shame. That's a shame. I think there's been. I've done a little research on that. I think there's been over 150 venues downtown that have closed down because of Condo Toronto. 100, over 100, easy. Over 100 venues that have closed down due to condos, and that's shutting us out. But that's the reason why if you're gonna party downtown, you better be on a boat. That's what it comes down to. You got to be on a boat, and that's a shame. But let me say this: boat rides are usually some of the better parties you can do. If you haven't been on a boat ride this year, I implore you do go on a boat ride. I don't know why people avoid boat rides like the plague, but again, You get your live, you get your party, you enjoyed yourself. It's usually a chill environment, and I for the most part, you get your money's worth. You get your money's worth on a boat ride. You just do, simply do. I'm heading on. I've been on a few already, and yeah, I heard good things about Haley Lake. What was your favorite boat ride? If you can announce it, tell me. Let me know on Talk Live. What was your favorite boat ride this year? Mine. Which is my favorite? There's an all white party that who is it now? That I went on this year that was really, really cool. Yes, and I enjoy my boat rides. I enjoy my boat rides, and I enjoy being on the water and enjoying myself out there. But you know what? I enjoy relaxing. I enjoy chilling out. I enjoy just being here and enjoying the summer. I hope you've enjoyed your summer. And if you haven't, why not? Let me know. Because I've enjoyed mine. If there's been any tragedy in your life, I know there's one tragedy that I've heard of recently. I'll keep it to myself. Jeez, my stand fell. There you go. Yes, we're back. Sorry about that. A little technical malfunction, but we are returned. There we go. We have returned, and yeah, I mean, I've recently heard some tragedy. Well, there's a bit of a tragedy going on in my life that will go nameless. And shout out to to that family, and that's unfortunately. It was fortunately a woman of a younger age that's going through some medical issues, and she's near death. So again, you have to thank God, or thank Allah, or thank Jehovah, or whoever you pray to, or whoever you believe in, for your health and strength, because that's all we have. That is all we have, quite simply. And we have to give thanks for our blessings. Thank Jah, if you believe in, if you're a Rastafarian. We got to thank the one above for our blessings, because again, you never know. And my condolences to the families out there who've lost loved ones recently. And I wish that you find solace and peace at this terrible time. But again, picking it up, praying for her and her family. Thank you so much, Trini Gal, and I appreciate that. Yeah, she's her family is going through it right now, and I just learned of this yesterday. And this is a woman who was rather close with for a good while there, and to find out that she's in this tragic state, it really rocked me. It did rock me, and it shows you how fragile life is, and how we have to live life to the fullest, because you never know when it's your time. And I hope that you guys, while you are assured of it, you gotta live life to the full, because again, we all have relatives, we all have family, and this pandemic has taken a lot of them from us, but at the very least, it made it realize that life is finite, that your family can be taken away at any time. And shout out and my condolences to those who have lost loved ones, especially during COVID. And it's I mean, I don't want to bring things on a down note, Lord knows, because this is about how you guys are doing this happy summer. But again, the older you get, the more things are taken from you. The more the more funerals you'll have to attend, the more tragedy strikes. And we have to realize that, and we have to realize we got to live life to the full. So if you have an opportunity to do things, either here or out of town. I want to know if you've been out of town during this this post-pandemic season. If you've been on a cruise, I know my mother loves being on cruises. She loves going on cruises, but again, pandemic has shortened that time. I'm hopeful that she'll be back on one coming soon. But yeah, it's really cool. But in terms of the here and now, I'm just gonna jump off the well, I wouldn't say negative, because death is a part of life. Tragedy is at certain points, tragedy and stress and such are part of life. It's about the here and now, and it's about the living, and it's about doing what you must in order to enjoy yourself. Life's too short. Life's too short, guys. And I hope you're out and about and enjoying yourselves and doing what's necessary. But I am going to what's this? Oh, there's a bit of a bee going on here. But I am just going. Just to fully round it off. I mean, anything that, in terms of my promoters that I would head to, I would say the Bandit. I would say Junior Jones. I would say, let's see my top three right now: the Bandit, Junior Jones, and shout out to Ian. Shout out to Ian Andreesmith. He's making a comeback. He's trying to do it right. And, I love to see Wayne Warner. And I would say Wayne Chung. Probably my top three right now. Shout out to Wayne Chung. He's doing it. He's hustling. He's doing it. Wayne is, and shout out to Wayne. Those are my top three at the moment. Ian is making a comeback. I can't wait to see what more he has in store. And, hey, live your life, enjoy yourselves, especially today. I have to go to a this touch of green thing today, which should be interesting. I'm going with family, so I usually try to pick out a family day. Try and get out there with your kids. Try and get out there with your families, especially this summer, because again, school's coming back. And is Ian still doing Soul Kitchen? Yes, he is. Ian is still doing Soul Kitchen. He did Icon. Icon was on. He was back on and popping, but he's still doing Soul Kitchen. Yes, he is. Shout out to Ian. He's still doing Icon. He's still doing that. He's still putting it on. He's slowly making that comeback, and I like to see that. And shout out to him. But. Yeah, he's making a comeback. He's still doing Soul Kitchen, yes. In answer to your question, Trini Gal. But those are my top three right now. It would be Wayne, third. It would be the Bandits, and tied for first. I'll say tied for first, because they're both doing bang up business. Is the Bandit and Junior Jones. There it is. Those are my top three, especially in this city. In terms of promoters in this city, yes, those are the top three. But you know what? I hope that you guys take the time out, especially today. Today's a gorgeous day. And enjoy the city. I usually, I love going to a J game myself. I love my baseball. I know a lot of people, it's not their cup of tea. But I do love my baseball, and I usually go down to, a few games in and of itself. And try to get downtown, even walking on the lakeshore. That's an outing in and of itself. Or running on the lakeshore. A lot of people run along the lakeshore. That's cool. Yes, indeed. Fire. Indeed. Yes, indeed. I thank you, Trinity Gal. I rather like heading downtown, just to have a walk, to enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the downtown core. Although the one thing I'll say, especially when it comes to boat rides, you know what? I just expanded different areas. The one thing that I'll say when it comes to boat rides is the traffic for boat rides is ridiculous, especially with these changes that are happening downtown, especially with the development that's happening downtown. It is it is a nightmare to deal with. The traffic is a nightmare. You got to pack your patience, guys. It really, really do. And especially when you're heading down to the docks or to Rebel or to a boat ride, on any of those things, there's only one way in, one way out. So you got to pack your patience. So it is a nightmare. It is really, really a nightmare in order to get down there. It is nuts. And yeah, it is Trinidad. It is. It's that one road leading in and out. It's just it's utter chaos. It really is utter chaos, and you got to pack your patience. Sometimes it's not worth it, but again, the fact of the matter is, once you're through that line, once you're through all that traffic, and you get there and you lime out, and then you say to yourself, okay, you get back to your senses. But again, a lot of people are dissuaded by that. They really are. And Cherry Street. There you go. Thank you very much. It is Cherry Street. The lead into Cherry Street. Thank you, Trinity Gal. The lead into Cherry Street is a nightmare to deal with. Absolute nightmare. Oh my God. I cannot stand that road. Cannot stand it, especially with all the construction about. Especially with, and it's just, utter chaos. Utter chaos. Especially for those who, don't have the patience, and then they have to walk in and out of that place. Especially last week for rehab. Oh my God. And you see people walking down the street, and it's raining, and they park down the road, and they're caught out in the rain, and they pretty much, it puts a damper on the weekend, quite simply. It puts a damper on the night. But, it's if you find your parking and you can enjoy yourself and you can pack your patience, then that's it. You know what I mean? Cherry Street is a nightmare, but that's the only way in which we can party downtown is through Cherry Street, which is a shame. It's an absolute shame. But hey, I'm having a great summer, and I hope you're having it too. I'm going to get out of here and enjoy some of that myself. Thank you for joining me on Talk Extra. We'll be here every Sunday. Times may vary, but at least, right now it's about 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock's a good time. 1 o'clock is a very good time to have the show and enjoy our time doing it. So next week we'll have a new topic to discuss. I'll let you guys know what it is. But I hope you enjoy your day this summer. It's a fabulous day. Go out and do something. Please, get out of the house. I hope you have something to do. There's a few things going on, a few boat rides. I know I miss Reminisce this week. Shout out to my man, Kinetic. I hope he has a great day. I know there's a boat ride happening today. I know that R&B in the City at Grand Bazaar is happening today. I know there's a few other, boat rides and venues going out today as well. But it is busy. It is busy. And I hope you guys enjoy yourselves, all right? So we're going to sign off right here from the Talk Live. Thank you for joining me, and we will see you soon. All right? Talk soon. See if I can get out.